Yo, what's up guys? This is Unpunk with our first top 5 video for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. As always, this video will be based on a number of factors, including stat growths, class abilities, and attack patterns, but it also includes my own opinions. Before we get into the video, I do want to state that not all abilities listed for each class will be available for each unit. Some of them come to certain units and not to others, so do note this is as a class as a whole and the opportunities that are possible for some units but not necessarily all. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the Wyvern Lord. This class has the lowest growth rates out of the master class, which is why it is coming in at that bottom 5 spot, and that's its biggest shortcoming for the class as a whole. But its stat growths are as follows: 30% to HP, 30% to strength, 15% to speed, 15% to defense, and 10% to charm. The biggest stats that's really making an impact on this class are the strength and HP, helping make this class deal even more damage than normal and be able to take a good amount more of hits due to its extra HP gain. This class has only 2 primary abilities. It has Grievous Blow, which increases critical hit damage to enemies, and it comes with Lance Buster level 4, which grants a 95% increase in damage to Lance units. It also has 6 equipable class abilities, the first being Undaunted, which prevents the unit from guarding but greatly increases damage dealt. The next 2 abilities are Strength plus 10, which adds 10 strength to the unit, and Howl, making it easier to knock enemy commanders back. The last 3 abilities really solidify this class in its number 5 slot. They are Nullify Flying Effect, which nullifies effectiveness against flying units, Safeguard, which while the unit is active restores HP periodically, and Defiant Crit, which when our HP is 25% or below drastically increases damage dealt by critical rushes. Looking at those as a whole, you can notice how some of them would pair up to add incredible critical hit damage while also not having to worry about archers shooting you down while you deal insane amounts of damage. Now let's not forget about all the awesome attacks this unit has and its insane movement. As you should expect from a flying unit, you can move around the battlefield with ease, able to avoid most terrain damage by default while speeding from stronghold to stronghold. The Wyvern Lord also has 2 different attack sets. By that I mean you can attack while riding your Wyvern or dismounted. The attacks will vary as you will see on screen, but they all focus around wind-like swirling attacks doing large AoE damage. While dismounted, the attacks change to be more similar to that of a brigand with large, sharp rock attacks. If you're looking for a great axe-wielding class, this will do the job in any situation, from moving around the battlefield quickly to attacking large groups of enemies with massive AoE attacks, and that's why it takes that number 5 slot. In our number 4 slot, we got the Falcon Knight. This class is tied with the Trickster for the best growth stats in the game, excluding special classes, with 105 overall boosts to stat growths. They are as follows: 20% to HP, 15% to strength, 35% to speed, 20% to resistance, and 15% to charm. Overall, the most important stats for the Falcon Knight will be the strength for higher damage output, speed to obviously allow quicker combos and movement, and resistance as this class exceeds at holding its own against magic units. This class has 2 primary abilities, being Swordbuster level 4, which increases damage to sword units by 95%, and Alert Stance Plus, which greatly increases the invincibility window when dodging, which is very useful especially when playing on the harder difficulties. The Falcon Knight comes with 6 equipable abilities. The first is called Pegasus Knight's Wisdom and increases the Awakening Gauge fill rate when using the class, aka Supercharge your Awakening Gauge. The next 2 are Item Expertise, which increases recovery item potency by 50%, and then Harmonious Specials, which when the unit is active or an adjacent, increases partner special damage. After that, we have Speed Catalyst, which increases the warrior gauge fill rate proportionate to the unit's speed, greatly increasing the fill rate based off the speed of the Falcon Knight. The last 2 are Soul, which restores HP proportional to the unit's luck each time a commander is defeated, and Muster, which temporarily increases all stats by 10 after a perfect dodge. These in combination will make healing and filling up your gauges really easy, and fast while you use the unit, and also makes them even more powerful when you pair them up with another unit as an adjacent. Now let's talk about their attack combos. Like the Wyvern Lord, the Falcon Knight can also dismount. While dismounted, their attack combo is very similar to the Soldier class. The best attack combos do come while mounted though. Most of the attack combos do a crazy amount of knockback to a large AoE. Their combos overall are also very fast and fluid, allowing you to seamlessly move from one combo to another. Overall, this class is arguably one of the fastest, if not the fastest, in the entire game and has top tier movement. Coming in the number 3 spot is going to be the Grammary class. This class has 95 total growth points, which is right in the middle of the master classes in terms of amount. They have 15% to HP, 35% to magic, 10% to dexterity, and 30% to resistance. This is the best magic class due to the increase in both magic and resistance. The Grammary has the best set of primary abilities for any magic class in the game. It comes with the default of 4 being White Magic Mastery, Black Magic Mastery, Dark Magic Mastery, which all function the same by reducing cooldowns for their respective magic, and the last is Bow Buster level 4, which increases damage against bow units by 95%. The Grammary also has a possibility of up to 11 equipable abilities as follows. Resistance plus 10, increasing your resistance by 10 points. Bow Breaker, increasing damage to bow wielding units by 50%, which does stack with its Bow Buster level 4. Flare makes enemies incur a reduction in resistance proportional to your unit's luck when attacked. Reason increases damage dealt to enemies when a tome is equipped. Magic Attack Range Plus extends the range of long distance tome attacks. Defiant Magic increases the magic stat by 20% when at 25% HP or less. Mage's Wisdom increases damage dealt while in the Grammary class. And the last 4 abilities are called Ice Assist, Dark Assist, Light Assist, and Lightning Assist. All of these abilities will add the corresponding type of magic to the active unit's strong attacks when the Grammary is set as an adjacent to them. These abilities appear to be character specific, as the only one I can confirm at the time of making this video is that Lysithea will get Dark Assist for mastering that Grammary class. As for attack combos, this class can combo into the following magic based attacks, being Wind, Ice, Light, Fire, and Lightning. The Grammary's attacks and abilities combine to make massive damage output in a reasonable amount of time. Not the fastest class out there in regards to attack speed, but overall, the damage and versatility of this class puts it right in the middle of our list. Taking the second best class in Fire Emblem 3 Hopes is the Dark Knight. This class has 95 growth stats in total. They are 25% to HP, 20% to strength, 20% to magic, 10% to defense, 10% to resistance, and 10% to charm. This class excels due to its increased HP, strength, and magic, allowing a variety of physical and magic-based attacks. The Dark Knight has 3 primary class abilities. The first 2 are Black Magic Plus, increasing damage done to enemies with Black Magic, and Dark Magic Plus, increasing damage done to enemies with Dark Magic. It also comes with Sword Buster level 4, increasing damage against sword users by 95%. As for equipped abilities, this class has max HP plus 1500, adding that much extra HP. Vanguard's benefits, allowing an adjacent to gain all XP that the active unit would normally gain. Cyclical Specials temporarily increases the warrior gauge fill rate after initiating a warrior special. Driven Spirits increases the warrior gauge fill rate while awakened. Specials Master allows an increase in critical hit rate if you defeat 30 or more enemies within a single warrior special. Last but not least, Panache restores the awakening gauge in proportion to the number of enemies defeated with a single warrior special. The attack combos of the Dark Knight all focus around dark magic based attacks, but 3 of the possible finishers deal elemental damage. One uses a wind tornado, one a fire tornado around the unit, and the third shooting 2 waves of ice outward in front of the unit. The last aspect is when you finish a combo, depending on the length of said combo, you place dark circles underneath your unit, which can be stacked and or detonated at any time using the X button to deal devastating damage. With the fact that this unit has good growths in both magic and strength, and attacks are both physical and magic based, it can output a high level of damage to a very wide array of enemies, regardless of them having high defense or high resistance. Also, with it having 4 different types of magic based attacks available, you can take on golems or other special units with ease. The absolute best class in Fire Emblem 3 hopes, and I regret saying this with every ounce of my being, is the Mortal Savant. I know you guys are probably like, what the heck is he smoking? But this is 100% coming into our #1 slot because of how many huge improvements they have made on it since it was in 3 houses. Mortal Savant was a very close contender to the Trickster class for being the #1 top class, but it ended up winning. Trickster has more total growths and a much faster combo moveset, but overall with the 95 total growth points to the Mortal Savant, it's right in the middle of the pack, just the same as the Grammary and a few other on this list. The growth rates are as follows: 20% to HP, 25% to strength, 25% to magic, 15% to luck, and 10% to charm. This class has some crazy abilities which really combo well together, and the primary class abilities are as follows: Swordfare, which increases critical hit rate when a sword is equipped, and Axe Buster level 4, which increases damage against axe wielding units by 95%. As for equipped abilities, this class has 6 in total, with Speed plus 10, which obviously increases speed by 10 points, Counter-Strike, which on successful perfect guards inflicts elemental damage to the enemy units. The element added is determined by the unit, and I currently don't have a list for all characters. The next ability is really awesome and is called Dual Onslaught, and factors magic into physical attacks and strength into magical attacks when calculating damage for each attack, basically adding extra output and higher stat boosts that will make your attacks deal significantly more damage than normal. Mercenary's Ploy increases the critical hit rate from this class. Serene Stance prevents hits from bows and tomes from knocking back the unit in the middle of attacks. The last ability is Counter Break, which successful perfect guards temporarily reduce all stats of surrounding enemies by 10. The combination this class has, when it gets perfect guards, will allow you to one-hit combo most, if not all, of the enemies in a range around you. Not to mention, you can imbue attacks with elements to cause massive damage to enemies. The combos of the Mortal Savant are hard-hitting and can obliterate entire hordes of enemies in just a single combo. Due to the Dual Onslaught, you can easily deal up to twice the damage a swing with your imbued weapon and its element. For all those reasons above, this is why the Mortal Savant is the absolute best class in Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below on your thoughts on this list, and if you enjoyed the video at any time, it would be super awesome if you could drop a like and subscribe for more.